How you look greatly impacts what others think about you and how you think about yourself. Your physique, your body, is way more important than you realize. The amount of self-respect you gain, the amount of respect you gain from others, and the fact you're testing your endurance, you're getting mental strength from it as well. There are a multitude of benefits to working out and having a good physique, but this is the most social benefits of it. Imagine walking, and you're walking down the street, and you're with a couple of friends, or you're with a girl, let's just say, and you see this fucking behemoth walk by you. You see this guy walk by you. Now, your eyes are immediately just gonna look at him. You might spark up a couple of jokes about him, talk about him, but that man that walked by you, doesn't matter if he was big and buff, or if he had a powerlifter build, or if he was lean and you could see his veins popping out. You could tell that fucking guy, he is different. He's got something about him that is different. Something about his physique that is different. And then, let's just say, you walk by someone who's skinny, fat, or a combination of someone who's skinny, fat. You don't realize it. You walk by these people every day of your life. I bet you $100,000 you recognize all the muscular built people you walk by, but you never recognize any skinny or obese people unless it's to the extremes. You always realize an anorexic person because he's super unhealthy, but then you always realize an obese person because they're also extremely unhealthy. But you'll never realize somebody who's low fat, or just too skinny. But you will always notice a big, muscular guy, extremely tall guy. It's because their physique stand out. Have you ever seen a short person who's built? They look like a fire hydrant. 5'4", 200 pounds of muscle. I'll bring up a photo of an example. He's built like a fire hydrant. He used to be a Mr. Olympia contender, and he's built like this. If you walked by this guy, even though he's 5'4", you would respect the shit out of him. And that's the case. Any person who's short, who feels like his height is affecting how people see him socially. If you can't change your height, then change your weight, change your physique. Don't get stuck in this comfortable mindset of, oh, I can't change anything, and thus I can't change anything, I'm going to cry about it, and since I'm going to cry about it, I'm never going to try. If this is the mindset you have, look at all these short bodybuilders I'm going to bring up consistently on screen. All these short guys have put in years and years of hard, stern effort. Of course, some of them are on steroids, but this still shows that they have put in hours daily to perfect their dream physiques. They have perfected their dream physiques. Now, what about you? Can you say that? Can you say you might be skinny as fuck right now? You might be fat. Can you say that you have pursued your dream physique? You've even tried? Do you go to the gym? Do you do calisthenics? Do you do endurance running? Because every person who works out, I know, is mentally tougher than somebody who doesn't work out. The amount of endurance and the mental fortitude, the act of being in a physical combat sport, or the act of weightlifting past your limits, or the act of endurance running or endurance swimming, all this shit shows me you have great mental fortitude. You have clarity and perseverance in your mind. It's built into you. You have to. When you work out, it is a force onto you. It builds discipline. But to me, this is the most important point. Self-respect. You get of course, I talked about self-love. You can love yourself while you're skinny, while you're fat, whatever may be the case. But you do not have self-respect because you know you didn't put in any work. We love ourselves when we acknowledge we want to change, but we respect ourselves when we do make the change. James Clear talks about this in his book Atomic Habits. There are two actions, right? He speaks about two actions. There's the planning phase, and then there's the action phase, the actual going after it. And what I've dissected it, the way I've interpreted it is, during the planning phase, when we acknowledge and we want to attempt a change, we can begin to love ourselves, begin to process and feel better about ourselves because we are attempting something new and different. But then think about it like this: when you go after it, you start respecting yourself. You have a gratitude and a mental fortitude toward yourself because you know, as a person, you're different from others. You've made the change that only 2.5% of people even accomplish. It is an exciting feeling. It is a nourishing feeling. It is a crazy fulfillment, an unbelievable fulfillment. When you walk out of the gym, fully euphoric. It is a different experience. When you run that distance you wanted, when you go into a boxing match, an MMA sports match, whatever physical combat sport you have, and it is such a euphoric feeling. It builds the man inside you. It builds the masculinity inside you. Do not be weak. Do not be the guy who's holding the shoes. You want to be the guy who's out here rescuing. So how driven are you? How driven are you to gain the respect of others? And this is I'm talking here about respect from family, strangers, from friends. So truly, I ask you this question: how willing are you? Do you have the drive? Do you have the goal in mind to get that perfect body you're looking for? Everybody has a dream physique. Everybody either wants to be big and muscular, lean and defined and veiny, or you want to be a power lifter, or you want to pursue long distance running, or you want to pursue long distance swimming. You want to pursue a combat sport. Do you have the will to go after it? Do you have it? Because if you don't, you're living a very, very desolate life. Here's your comfort challenge. I want you to go out for a walk. Very simple, just go out for a walk. I think I've already said this one before. Just go out for a walk around a mile or two, and come back in. And just start tracking your walking journey and then your running journey. And slowly as you progress, you're gonna have built a habit of walking or running, depends how you'll pursue it. But so when you begin any form of cardio, it is a very hard exercise. I'm not gonna lie, it's very hard, especially on the mind, especially on the feet and the knees. But this will help you grow, and I can promise you that. Go out for a walk 1 mile, enjoy it. Look at the nature around you. Have a podcast playing in your ears. Have something teach you as you're walking, and it'll be a very fulfilling task. Take care.